Yo, what's going on, Snipers, and welcome back to our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So in last episode, we had the off season, and we made a huge statement acquiring Jonathan Jonathan Huberdeau in free agency. So our team actually looks really good on paper now. As you can see, we got the nice 91, so we got that really good player. And then we actually got pretty good depth with some young guys that are actually making the NHL this year too. So our team looks pretty good. We don't actually have any depth guys, so I am going to sign probably some depth guys just at the start of this episode, just so we could have something in case there is a major injury, because we don't want to have to be calling up players and then sending them back down all the time, because that's just too much micromanaging. But in terms of our power play, I'm going to just change up the lines a bit, because I didn't actually do that yet. I don't want our lines to be too bad defensively. Let's see, how good are these guys in the defensive zone? Not the greatest, but it's not bad either. And I'll leave it like that. Just see how we simulate, I guess. So let's see what's available for depth in free agency, because there's still probably some good depth guys. Wow, there's actually still like some actually good players. Huh, interesting. But we need actual depth, guys. So depth forward, Jared McCann. Yeah, why not? How much does he want? 1 year at $1 million. Okay, that works for me. And then we need one depth defenseman. I don't want a top 6 defenseman because they might lose morale. Wow, Corey Perry. Huh. Interesting. Nudavara. Come on, there's got to be a depth defenseman. Might as well bring back DeMello, because I think we had him at one point. Yeah, 1 year, 2-way deal that works. So those guys are going to be our depth guys, just because I don't want to have any of those guys in the AHL be depth guys. So let's sim to regular season, and it should put those guys, sign those guys soon. There you go. Let's call them up just to make sure they're actually on the team. Roster moves, because that will help us out big time, because we have like a big injury. I don't want to have to like call up guys. Like I said, it just adds way too much like micromanaging. It's better just to edit the lines easily. So there you go. We got our depth guys up here, and we're good to go. So let's start up the year 8 simulation. See if we could get back to these playoffs. If we can't for some reason, hopefully we could get a really good draft pick. Because like I said, I don't like being that kind of like tweener team that just misses out on the playoffs, because then you have like a really high up first round pick. I'd rather have a really good first round pick or a really bad one. So let's draft in the OHL, or check in the OHL for forwards. Why not? I don't even know what we need to draft, because we got so much prospects in so much different areas. So I guess we could just scout all positions technically. So very good preseason. We went 6-0-1. That's what I like to see. So let's sim the first month of the season. And did my game just crash? I think my game just crashed. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My game actually just crashed, so I had to re-sim the preseason and re-sign DeMello and McCann. But we went 4-1-2 in the re-simulation of the preseason. At least we didn't have to re-simulate any of the actual season itself. But anyways, we're back up here with the season simulation. Let's go the first month and see how we do. When I signed McCann, it actually said that that we were destined for a good run in the playoffs. So I think this year we might actually make it farther than last year. So we might actually make it to the conference finals, but never know. Yeah, I guess it depends on the simulation, because the simulation likes to be pretty random at times. And we are currently 3-2-1, so not horrible, but not good either. Like, we win one, we lose one, it seems like at the moment. Game against the Florida Panthers, and we lost twice to Florida. Come on, Huberto, you got to perform against your former team. And both our NHL and AHL are both with the same record, 5-4-1 in their first 6 games. No, I don't need Dylan Hetherington. I just signed a depth guy. Thanks, though. Okay, let's just quickly check who's leading us in points. It is Josh Hosang. Nice. Wow, he is definitely a playmaker. 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points in 10 games. Definitely liking that acquisition. I don't know if he's going to stay with us at the end of this year either, though, because I think his contract is up for renewal, if I remember correctly. So still looks like we're winning one and losing one. Hopefully we eventually pick it up. And damn, the youngster Stephen Malone has already been injured with his first NHL injury with a sore hip, and he won't be back till November the 16th. So that's not too long term. That's like 2 weeks maybe. But at least we have our depth signings, which is McCann. He could probably play wing too, right? Yeah, he doesn't actually have the greatest face-offs, so it's fine just putting him on any spot on the forward core. And scouting assignment. Might as well go to the WHL for defensemen, since that's usually where the best defenders are in the entire game, I find. Don't know why, but it is. So we're 8-5-2. We're starting to play better. There you go. 3 wins in a row, but then the Jets break it up, and Malone is back. Nice. I wonder how these youngsters are playing so far. Hopefully they're playing semi-decently at least. So Malone's actually a center as well. There you go. How has Malone played so far? Actually, 6 points. Wow. Okay, he's actually producing offensively. He's a better passer, though. And 5 points for Rod Fritz. So those guys are actually producing on that fourth line, which is definitely going to help us out a lot. Because when you get depth scoring, that's the biggest thing. Like, that's how the Penguins won the Cup multiple times in real life. It's just you have to have good depth throughout your entire 4 lines, and then even after your depth as well. So there's 3 wins in a row, and we are 14-8-2 going into December. So pretty good record. We're getting offered a 4th rounder for Matsumoto, who is, I think, a low top 9, remember correctly, and a 5th. I might actually do that just because, yeah, the Sharks aren't playing that good. It's like a free 4th rounder, pretty much. We're just moving up. Yeah, Matsumoto's not going to be anything, so let's actually accept that trade. We didn't even sign him, so that pick will definitely help us out. Maybe we could get actually a really good steal with it too. Nail Yakupov. No, I don't think we have any needs for Nail Yakupov at the moment. So 14-8-2 here at December 1st. I'm going to quickly save just because I do not want to have to have the game crash or something like that. I have to redo like another 2 months again or something. So let's save this. But City Huberto is leading us in points, which is not a surprise. He's got 22 points in 24 games. How is everybody else playing? So, okay, Hosang and Huberto seem to be playing the greatest. Our 2 acquisitions over the last 2 years, or 2 seasons, have helped out. Logan Brown's playing great as well. So a lot of trade acquisitions are coming through so far this season. We don't even really have that much minus players on the team either. Only 3 of them. Jake Bean's a -6, Rask is a -2, and Aho's a -1. Interesting. Let's just check the points again. Okay, so as I was saying, let's just check the points again. So Malone's got 9 points in his first 20 NHL games, and he's a +5. So definitely producing like a good second rounder. Rod Fritz has got 7 points. He's a +4. Nice. And Arvidsson's got 5 goals. So he's not much of a passer. He just shoots a lot, which is a good thing. So 5 goals for him in his first 24 games of the season. And Peckham's got 1 assist, and he's a +5. Not too bad. Also, McCann's picked up 1 goal in his 4 games he's played with us. Ulnov has played all 24 games so far, so hopefully Nedeljkovic isn't getting pissed off about that. Okay, so let's get into the rest of the season so far. Updated look at the standings. We're only 4 points back of first place in our division, so it's really tight here in the Metro, so we got to start playing really good if we want to make sure we can clinch a playoff spot this year. So let's go another month. There's a win over Chicago and a loss to the Canucks. Game against Washington, and we win in overtime. And another game actually against Washington, and we lose that one though. It doesn't seem like we're actually much of an offensive team. Like, we're just really good defensively. Because we're only scoring like 3 and 2 goals per game. There's 4 goals, though, at least against Colorado. Scouting assignment. So we scouted forwards and defensemen so far. Let's scout goalies in the queue. Yeah, for like only 3 weeks, though. Might as well just scout all the positions if we can. Because I don't really know what we want to go after. Probably more forwards than anything. Or maybe defensemen to replace people like Slavin and whatnot. And Logan Brown has been injured with a mild concussion until January 3rd. So that's like 2 weeks as well. Luckily, it's not a long-term injury. Because we don't want to lose him because he's one of our leading point men. So... Okay, so there you go. Jared McCann is in lineup now. There's Waugh, Nikas, and Rask. So let's continue the simulation. There's a nice win over the Jets. Actually, wow, we've won 4 straight games in extra time. Not necessarily a good stat, but at least they're points. Logan Brown is already back, which is good news. We didn't miss him too long term. And how's McCann doing? Still 4 points as a depth guy. I'm liking that he's producing at least as a depth guy, because not a lot of depth guys actually produce when you put them in, but he seems to be. And I don't know why Logan Brown dropped. Is it just because of his injury? Huh. It's weird that he's dropping. Okay, but we're 24, 11, and 3 at January 1st. Let's take a look at the standings again. We're up to 3rd in the division, and yeah, it's still really tight. As you can see, the Rangers are only 2 points behind us, and they're all the way at 6th. So, yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle right till the finish, probably. So let's save this again. Just because I don't want the game to crash again. It happens a lot sometimes, especially in the later years of GM modes. So, let's continue the simulation. We won't check player stats probably until the deadline. I'm going to try and, like I said, get all this season done in this episode potentially, and then next episode we could do the playoffs and whatnot, because I feel like we should be a playoff team unless the division just outplays us. Scouting assignment. So we scouted every position so far in Canada. Let's go to the United States for forwards now for 6 weeks. So we are on at least a 3-game winning streak. I don't remember how much we won at the end of the month. There's a loss to the Islanders. A shootout loss to Columbus. Come on, guys. We got to beat those divisional teams. Game against the Islanders again. We're getting offered Trevor Van Riemsdyk. No, thank you. I don't want him back. He wasn't much of anything, to be honest. There's back-to-back shutout losses. Pavel Buchnevich. No, I'm not really willing to give up a first for Buchnevich. Tyler Wotherspoon. No, thank you. There's a nice offensive game, 6-5 overtime win. And we're getting offered Ivan Barbashev, Alex Petrovic, and a 4th for a first and a 2nd. How old is Barbashev now? I know Petrovic is old. Barbashev, 83 overall. We'd have to put him on like a 3rd line, and I don't want to do that. The guy's only 28, but still. I'm not going to accept that just because I don't think we have the room really for those kind of guys at the moment. Forsbacka Carlson, he's probably only like a 79-80. Not worth it. So we are 31, 14, and 4 here at game record. It looks like is the Islanders. So if Justin Falk is still there, he's definitely helping them out just as good as Hosang is here. Let's go right to the deadline, and then we will take an update to look at the player stats. And then we'll make a call if we want to continue the season, because I think I want to get this season just done completely in this episode. So Athanasiou in a 3rd for a 1st. No, thank you. I don't know why they keep offering me centers, because center is kind of like our strongest point. Hickey for a 4th. No, thank you. We already got our depth defenseman in DeMello. There's back-to-back losses. Come on, guys. Let's get some wins here. Connor Carrick from the Islanders. No, thank you. He's probably losing Morocco's ice time. I think that's probably why they sent him down. Borgen, that's one of the guys I actually made in this. We don't really need him, to be honest. I don't want to scratch the young guy, Peckham, I think his name is. Barbashev and Edmondson, no thank you. A lot of interesting offers were getting thrown at us, but none of them I feel like we need, to be honest. Let's go to the SHL for defensemen. Maybe we could find an Erik Karlsson or a Victor Hedman 2.0. There's a game against Washington, and it is... I guess we get another trade offer or something. No, it's a win. There's another win. Yeah, we're playing definitely really good defensively in games because it doesn't seem like we're allowing more than like 3 goals per game on average. That's the type of team I actually wanted to build, and the AHL team might actually make the playoffs this year, which is a big surprise because I don't know if they really made it that much with LaFontaine. And at the trade deadline, once there's probably one more trade offer, Eriksson, Ek, and Borgen in a fourth for Lowe in a first. I don't have the room really for those type of guys, so we are 40, 18, and 5 though at the deadline, so a really good record so far. We should be probably one of the top teams in our division. Yeah, we are currently first, and we are starting to make up some room between us and teams out of the playoffs. So let's quickly save this again. Sorry for all these saving and micromanaging and all whatnot. Okay, so there you go. It's all saved. So let's take a look at the player stats. I think we are going to continue the simulation, even though this episode's already... It might be already at like 15 minutes because I had to redo a portion of it. So Hosing 50 points, Huberto 45, Brown 40 points. Yeah, everybody's playing really good. Like even look at this, Rod Fritz in his first season, 23 points. And Malone 27 points. Like the fourth line is coming through. Like I think this year might be another year where we have a chance actually at winning a cup. Because like it looks like our only minus player is, yeah, Jake Bean, who's a -8. I don't even know how. He just gets on the ice at the wrong time or something. And then Jelkovic has only played 1 game. And it was only part of 1 game. Oh shit, did I oh. I know what I did wrong, I think. Unless that was in a different GM mode. Because I think I might have left auto rotations, left off auto rotating the auto goalie rotation. Because if I did, then that's probably why Ulnov is playing so much games. Shit, that would not be good. I'm surprised he hasn't got injured yet. Yeah, it's off. It's because that's what I did last episode, damn it. Hopefully Nedeljkovic isn't going to get too pissed off because he's literally only played 1 game throughout most of the half season. So let's go back to those goalie stats quickly, and then we will sim the rest of this season. Let's go goalies. So yeah, Ulnov's already played 63 games, going 40, 18, and 5 with 5 shutouts and 9. Wow. This year he might actually win the Vezina just because we didn't have rotations on. Like I feel bad for Nedeljkovic not getting a lot of ice time, but still. So let's get the rest of this season done with, and then we'll see who we're up against in the first round of the playoffs. So we got a busy month here. Let's just win a lot of games, boys. Keep it up. Game against Buffalo is another win. Nice shutout, actually, too. Hopefully Nedeljkovic gets a couple games in between then and now. And Nicholas Waugh has been injured for only a couple days with like a foot, I think it said. So we will put in Jared McCann again because he seems to be a really good depth forward for us. There's another shutout win. Nicely done, Ulnov. If Ulnov could win a Vezina already, that would be pretty impressive because he's only 23. So let's put in Waugh. There you go. So our lines are all set again. Hopefully Waugh doesn't get re-injured. There's another win, another shutout. Wow, 3 shutouts this month. Hopefully some of them are Nedeljkovic as well. There's another win. Wow, 3, 4, 5 wins in a row actually now. 6 in a row. Damn, this season we're killing teams. Like, we have a chance maybe for a 60-win season. Oh, maybe not, considering we just lost that one. And is there an injury, or what is it taking so long? Scouting assignment. Let's go Russian goalies, even though we don't need a goalie prospect. So we are 50, 21, and 7. Let's just get these last 4 games out of the way. There's another win. Hopefully we're not a first round exit just because we played so well. Oh, that is not a good time for an injury. Sven Arvidsson has been injured till April 19th. So he's going to miss a couple games actually in the first round, which is not a necessarily good thing. But hopefully DeMello could actually play decent defensively. He's got solid defensive stats, I think. His defensive stats are okay. Hopefully he could play good for us. So we finished the season 52, 23, and 7. So I think that might have been our best season yet in this franchise mode. And our HL team somehow missed the playoffs, so I guess they went on a losing streak. And we might have tied for the President's Trophy with Tampa Bay, but I think Tampa Bay might have just won it because they had one more win than us in regulation. Damn, we came that close to winning our first Presidents, I think. Yeah, we finished just below them because we had one less win than them. And they had way more ROW. So let's check out our goals for per game. On average, we were... Where are we? Am I blind? No, we were really bad offensively. 2.74 goals per game, but our defense is why we won. Yeah, we had the best defensive goals against per game, tied with Tampa Bay and the Islanders. Power play goal, or not power play goals, power play percentage. Our power play was not that good either. So it must have been just a really good... Wow, we had one of the worst power plays at 16.3%. Just imagine if our power play actually clicked. We could have been even better. And in terms of penalty killing, our penalty kill was the second best. So we were just a really good defensive team. And that's the main reason why. Like, we had the most shorthanded goals for. Yeah, I think we were just a really good defensive team, and that's the only reason we made it this far. So I think we just got to change up our power play lines, and then maybe we could win the cup. So Huberto with 65 points, Hosang 62, Brown 51, and Hannafin 51. Nice. AO 47, Malone 38 in his rookie year. Rask and Cass 35 points, Kempe and Fleury 34 points, Fritz 32, and Gauthier 30. Kapanen and Slavin 27-26, Bean 22 points, Waugh 22, Arvidsson 9 goals and no assists, Peckham 6 points, McCann 4 points in 9 games, and no points for DeMello. We only had 2 minus players, it looks like, more than that, 5 minus players. DeMello was one of them in his only game. Fleury and Gauthier both -3, Kapanen a -4, and somehow Jake Bean was a -13. In terms of goaltending, Ulnov went 48, 22, and 7 with 8 shutouts, a .927 save percentage, and 2.15 goals against average, and that's in 78 games. And then Jelkovic went 4 and 1 with 1 shutout, a .923 save percentage, a 2.19 goals against average in only 6 games. Okay, and Nedeljkovic actually didn't drop off at all for only playing that little amount of games, so that is good news. Let's just quickly check the AHL, see if from any of our prospects we should go to by points. So Erzberg led the way. Gibbons is up to a 77. Poirier is a 78 still. Any guys grow? Whitmore is a 78, and he's listed as a 4th liner, so he'll be in the NHL next year. So we keep getting a lot more prospects. So we're going to have to keep getting rid of a lot of the older guys, which is a bit of a problem, but it's okay. Steen is up to a 75, so he should be a backup by next year, I think. So that is that. Now, finally, I know this episode is almost probably getting closer to 30 minutes. Let's quickly check who we are up against in the first round of the playoffs. We should have home ice throughout the entire playoffs unless we're playing Tampa Bay. And we are playing against the Philadelphia Flyers. So the team that took us out last year, we have a rematch against them, but we got home ice this time. So hopefully that home ice helps us this year. I'd assume their lines, I don't want to look at my lines, goddammit. I'm assuming their lines look exactly the same as last year, maybe a few new acquisitions to help them go farther. But I'm not expecting too much change. We got to get to Carter Hart, though, because Carter Hart played really good last year against us. So Simmons, Patrick, and Voracek, same line I think as last year. They got Elias Lindholm now, so they got a former player of ours. I guess he signed there in free agency with Giroux and Zucker. Then you got Reeder, Konechny, and Tikhonov. And then Foligno, Rubstov, and Sutter. So their team looks actually a lot weaker in terms of offense than they did last year. And then defensively, they're really strong. Provorov and Gostisbehere, Carlson and Hordichuk. That's a nasty top four. And then they got Philip Myers and Travis Hamonic as the top six pairing. In terms of goaltending, Carter Hart's up to an 86, and Calvin Pickard's an 83. He's actually our former backup, I think, at one point as well. And then LaBerge and Pete Waugh are the depth guys. So hopefully we can get to them this year, and hopefully we can get by them and get to that second round again. Hopefully we could go farther than the second round as well. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So next episode, we will take it to round 1 against the Philadelphia Flyers. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.